Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're diving into the massive, sometimes jaw-dropping catalog of one of pop music's greatest behind-the-scenes powerhouses, Diane Warren. Number 10, Give Me You, Mary J. Blige.
I don't ask for too many things, only one thing I really need.
The third single from Mary J. Blige's 1999 album Mary, Give Me You is a Diane Warren composition that flies under the radar. The song blends Blige's raw, gospel-infused tone with Warren's classic yearning lyricism. It's a mid-tempo plea for emotional reassurance, built around a steady groove rather than a massive power ballad crescendo.
Give me you, give me all of you. All my nights spent just holding you.
The subtlety makes it fascinating. Warren adapts to Blige's grounded, conversational style, while still delivering a hook that lingers. The track didn't dominate charts like some of Blige's other hits, which is probably why most listeners never clocked the songwriting credit.
I have everything I need, so give me you.
Number 9, Blame It on the Rain, Milli Vanilli.
You said you didn't need her. You told her goodbye.
Milli Vanilli's massive 1989 hit Blame It on the Rain became one of the most infamous songs in pop history after the duo's lip-syncing scandal exploded. But one fact that gets overlooked is that Diane Warren actually wrote the song. The melody is undeniably catchy, the production lush, and the emotional core genuinely affecting.
Blame it on the rain that was falling. Blame it on the stars.
Warren's songwriting legitimacy stands completely apart from the controversy. She crafted a hit so strong that it reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 despite everything that unraveled around it. The song deserved better than its baggage, and so did Warren's credit on it.
And the rain don't care. You got to blame it on something.
Number 8, Have You Ever, Brandy.
Have you ever been in love so bad you'd do anything?
Few R&B ballads from the late 90s hit quite like this one. Released in 1998 as the third single from Brandy's sophomore album Never Say Never, Have You Ever became one of her signature songs, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Warren wrote the track solo, channeling that aching, desperate vulnerability that only she seems to bottle so perfectly.
Have you ever loved somebody so much it makes you cry?
Brandy's vocal delivery elevated every syllable, but the lyrical architecture, that raw, pleading emotional honesty, is pure Warren. The song asks a simple question, and somehow makes it feel like the most important thing anyone has ever said. That's the Warren effect right there.
What do I gotta say to get to your heart, to make you understand?
Number 7, How Do I Live, LeAnn Rimes and Trisha Yearwood. Here's a song that quietly became one of the most commercially successful singles of the entire decade. Written entirely by Diane Warren, How Do I Live was originally recorded by LeAnn Rimes as the lead single from her 1997 album, You Light Up My Life.
How do I live without you? I want to know.
However, the same day it was released, another version of the song, recorded by country singer Trisha Yearwood, also hit radio stations.
How do I live without you? I want to know.
Rimes' version spent a record-breaking 69 weeks on the Hot 100, while Yearwood's take on the track found more success on the country charts. Either way, the genius belongs to Warren. Her writing leans fully into grand, almost overwhelming devotion, and that's exactly why the song resonated with listeners across genres and generations.
You ever leave? Well, baby, you would take away everything.
Number 6, Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now, Starship.
Looking in your eyes, I see a paradise. This
world that I found.
Romantic comedies have given us some unforgettable music moments, and this 1987 Starship anthem is proof. Written by Diane Warren and Albert Hammond for the film Mannequin, Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now became a global phenomenon, hitting #1 in the United States, the United Kingdom, and several other countries. Warren and Hammond crafted a soaring, unapologetically feel-good love song that perfectly matched the film's playful, over-the-top charm. It also earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Original Song. Starship delivered the energy, but Warren and Hammond gave them the blueprint. And honestly, that blueprint holds up remarkably well nearly 4 decades later. Number 5, I Learned from the Best, Whitney Houston.
Did you really think that I would really take you back, let you back in?
If you're going to hand someone a Diane Warren ballad, handing it to Whitney Houston is arguably the best decision you could make. Released in 1999 as the 5th and final single from Houston's album My Love Is Your Love, I Learned from the Best is a sharp, emotionally complex breakup anthem.
And so you know the way it feels to cry.
Warren wrote a narrator who has survived heartbreak and emerged stronger, even cooler than the person who caused it. Houston, of course, delivered the whole thing with her signature vocal power, making every line land like a gut punch wrapped in velvet.
So when all you've got are sleepless nights, when those tears are
The song peaked at number 27 on the Billboard Hot 100 and remains one of the more underrated collaborations between these two legends.
I learned from the best, I learned from you.
Number 4, Unbreak My Heart, Toni Braxton.
Don't leave me in all this pain. Don't leave me out in the rain.
Few songs have ever weaponized heartbreak quite this effectively. Diane Warren wrote Unbreak My Heart entirely on her own, and when Toni Braxton recorded it for her 1996 album Secrets, something extraordinary happened. The track spent 11 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming one of the best-selling singles of the entire decade.
Unbreak my heart. Say you love me again.
Warren reportedly wrote the song relatively quickly, tapping into a universal emotional desperation that transcends any specific relationship. Braxton's deep, smoky vocal timbre was the perfect vessel for lyrics this raw. The combination of Warren's pen and Braxton's delivery created something genuinely timeless, and a little devastating in the best possible way.
My heart, sweet darling, without you I just can't go.
Number 3, Because You Loved Me, Celine Dion.
For all those times you stood by me, for all the truth that you made me see.
This one landed Warren a Grammy Award for Best Song Written for Visual Media, and it's not hard to hear why. Written as the theme for the 1996 romantic drama Up Close and Personal, starring Robert Redford and Michelle Pfeiffer, Because You Love Me became one of Celine Dion's most beloved recordings. Warren wrote every single word and note, crafting a tribute so earnest and emotionally generous, it borders on overwhelming. Dion's powerhouse vocals carried it straight to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, where it stayed for 6 weeks. Fans often think of it purely as a Celine Dion moment, but the foundation? That's entirely Diane Warren.
I'm everything I am because you love me.
Number 2, Rhythm of the Night, DeBarge.
When it feels like the world is on your shoulders and all of the madness has got you going crazy.
This was the song that proved Diane Warren could write across any genre she touched. Rhythm of the Night was released by DeBarge in 1985 as part of the movie Berry Gordy's The Last Dragon soundtrack, and it became the family group's biggest hit, peaking at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Oh, to the beat of the rhythm of the night. Dance until the morning light. Forget about the worries on your mind.
Warren wrote this gloriously upbeat, funk-tinged dance pop anthem with a lightness and joy that feels almost effortless. There's nothing brooding or emotionally complex here, just pure infectious energy. The fact that Warren, who is so often associated with sweeping ballads, delivered this breezy floor filler so convincingly says everything about her versatility.
It's a celebration. The music's playing. Everybody dance to the beat of the rhythm of the night.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. How Can We Be Lovers? Michael Bolton. A masterclass in dramatic romantic tension that only Diane Warren could architect.
Can we be lovers if we can't be friends? How can we start over when the fight is dead?
I Turn to You, Christina Aguilera. Originally recorded by All for One, this anthem became a staple of Aguilera's early career.
I turn to you for the strength to be strong, for the will to keep.
Solitaire, Laura Branigan. Warren's masterful translation of the French original made this a huge hit for Branigan.
Solitaire, it got so lonely. Solitaire, no one to hold me.
The One I Gave My Heart To, Aaliyah. Warren provided the tender lyrical backbone for this heart-wrenching power ballad.
How could you just walk out the door? How could you not love me?
Number 1, I Don't Wanna Miss a Thing, Aerosmith.
I could stay awake just to hear you breathing.
Aerosmith had plenty of hits before 1998, but this was their first number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Written entirely by Diane Warren for the film Armageddon, the band didn't write a single note of it, which might come as a shock to some rock purists. The song earned an Academy Award nomination and became one of the defining power ballads of the era.
I don't wanna fall asleep 'cause I miss you, baby, and I don't wanna miss a thing.
Warren crafted a melody that climbs relentlessly toward emotional release, and Steven Tyler delivered it with full throttle sincerity. It's dramatic, cinematic, and unapologetically huge. When it comes to grand romantic gestures in song form, Diane Warren rarely misses.
'Cause even when I dream of you, the sweetest dream would never do.
Did we miss any other Diane Warren penned surprises? Let us know in the comments below.